Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into the Alaskan wilderness, into a story that sits right at the crossroads of heroism and high strangeness. This isn't just another campfire tale. This is a first-hand account from a firefighter, a man who faced one of Alaska's most devastating wildfires, only to encounter something he could never have prepared for. Imagine this. It's the summer of 2015. The Sockeye Fire is tearing through Alaska, a raging inferno consuming everything in its path. Homes are turning to ash, and the air is thick with smoke and desperation. Amidst this chaos, our storyteller, a seasoned firefighter we'll call John, is on the front lines. He and his crew are working around the clock, battling the blaze, their faces smeared with soot, their bodies pushed to the absolute limit. John's unit was tasked with a critical mission, creating fire breaks. This meant heading deep into the woods, far from the main roads, cutting down trees to starve the fire of fuel. The work was grueling, the noise of chainsaws and falling timber a constant roar against the backdrop of the crackling fire. They were isolated, a small team against a force of nature. One evening, as the sun began to set, painting the smoky sky in haunting shades of orange and red, the team started packing up. That's when the first strange thing happened. An eerie silence fell over the forest. The usual sounds of wildlife, the birds, the squirrels, everything just stopped. It was a dead quiet that felt heavy, unnatural. The only sound was the distant hum of the fire and the wind rustling through the surviving trees. John paused, scanning the dense tree line. He felt a primal sense of being watched, the kind of feeling that makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up. He tried to shake it off, blaming it on exhaustion. After all, they'd been working for over 18 hours straight. Your mind can play tricks on you when you're that fatigued. But then it happened again. A loud, sharp crack echoed from the woods. It wasn't a falling branch from the fire. This was different. It sounded like a massive tree limb being snapped in two, deliberately. John exchanged a nervous glance with his partner. They both heard it. They weren't just tired. Something was out there with them. They quickly finished loading their gear, an unspoken urgency pushing them to get back to the relative safety of their base camp. As they drove their truck down the makeshift dirt track, John kept his eyes peeled, peering into the deepening shadows. That's when he saw it. For just a split second, illuminated by their headlights, a massive, upright figure crossed the track about 50 yards ahead of them. It was tall, way taller than any man, and covered in dark, shaggy hair. It moved with a powerful, fluid gait, disappearing into the thicket on the other side before John could even process what he was seeing. It wasn't a bear. He'd seen hundreds of bears. A bear doesn't walk like that. It doesn't have those proportions. The arms were long, the shoulders broad. It moved like a person, but it was something else entirely. John slammed on the brakes. "Did you see that?" he yelled to his partner. His partner, pale-faced, just nodded, his eyes wide with a mixture of fear and disbelief. "What was that?" he stammered. John didn't have an answer. They sat there for a moment, the truck's engine idling, their hearts pounding in their chests. The woods were silent once more. They didn't speak for the rest of the drive back to camp. What could they say? Who would believe them? They were firefighters, men of action and practicality, not tellers of tall tales. Reporting a Bigfoot sighting in the middle of a disaster response seemed absurd. They'd be laughed at, or worse, questioned about their fitness for duty. So they kept it to themselves. But the image was burned into John's mind. The sheer size of it, the way it moved with such confidence and power through the chaotic, burning landscape. He replayed that fleeting moment over and over. He wondered if the fire had driven it out of its territory, forcing it into a rare daylight encounter. Was it fleeing the flames, just like the other animals? Or was it drawn to the chaos for some other reason? For John, the encounter changed his perspective on the wilderness he thought he knew so well. He'd always respected the power of nature, but now he understood that there were deeper mysteries hidden within its vastness. The forests of Alaska weren't just home to bears and moose. They held secrets, ancient and profound. Years later, John decided to share his story, albeit anonymously. He felt it was a story that needed to be told. It's a powerful reminder that even in our modern world, with all our technology and knowledge, the wild places of our planet can still hold incredible surprises. It shows that the line between the known and the unknown is sometimes as thin as a column of smoke. What do you think? Was this a case of extreme stress and exhaustion playing tricks on a firefighter's mind? Or did John and his partner have a genuine encounter with the legendary Sasquatch forced into the open by one of Alaska's worst natural disasters? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching and joining me for this incredible story. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button and consider subscribing for more tales from the edge of our known world. Stay curious, and we'll see you in the next video.